You can find the video version of this episode at mountaintoppodcast.com/YouTube.
Live from the mist-enshrouded mountaintop fortress that is X and Y Communications headquarters, you're listening to the world-famous Mountaintop Podcast. And now, here's your host, Scott McKay.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Scott McKay.
And I'm Emily McKay.
And we want to welcome you to the first video version of the Mountaintop Podcast /X and Y on the Fly that we're doing together as a team.
All right. We've been looking forward to this.
Absolutely. You know, we do every 10th episode as a video show, and this would be the first such episode that's video. And boy, howdy, do we have a topic for you today. This is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how it can't be a lot of fun.
I know, especially since I came up with it.
Yeah, oh yeah. She came up with the idea for this particular show. Dating, relationships, and pets.
Yes,
and
namely
you.
Dogs and cats.
And guinea pigs and mice and rats and ball
Goats,
pythons.
sheeps, chickens.
Sheeps, plural for sure. I actually did. I had a woman come to my house. She said, "Can I bring my small pet with me?" I was like, you know, I'm open-minded. I got nothing to lose. She brings her snake with her.
Oh, God.
A python. It was just a little dude, but I mean, you know, she was the snake lady up front.
Won't be little for long.
Yeah, well, yeah, right, exactly. Kind of exotic.
Unique.
I mean, I thought it was actually kind of cool and sexy. I didn't really have an opinion on it either way.
Did you pet it?
Oh, I held it and let it squeeze my neck almost to exhaustion and all that good stuff.
All that for a kiss.
Well, I'm not even sure that came out of it. But she did get a free dinner out of it, which was helpful. But yeah, I don't think that is what we're mostly talking about around here. But I do think guinea pigs are a relationship killer.
Well, yes, absolutely.
They're just worthless.
Oh, no, they're cute. They're adorable.
But they're
love them.
stinky and they're scared. And
They coo, and they're like cats.
And people in Peru think they're delicious.
Well, I haven't tried them.
Yes. They call them cuy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't eat them here.
Mm-mm.
And we shouldn't have them as pets here either. Basically, we shouldn't have them in the United States of America at all.
According to you.
According to me. What say you?
I brought a pet once. I brought a guinea pig into this house once, remember?
This is where I'm drawing my influential opinion from. This is where I'm coming up with this stuff.
Every household needs a guinea pig.
I think every household should get rid of any guinea pig, especially ones that are antisocial and get scared easily and bite your fingers off if you try to take them out of the cage. You're just ruining its life and your own.
Right? We need guinea pigs, chickens, hamsters, rabbits.
Now, the chicken lady on a date, I mean, if this is like farmersonly.com and you're bragging about your chickens and your tractor and stuff on your online profile, maybe. Although I think online dating in general is pretty much dead. But the chicken lady, is there any room for that in suburbia?
Usually not. I mean, most of these HOAs don't allow us to have chickens, so it would be a deal breaker for some people.
Well, it would, you have to break a few deals to make an omelet.
Or compromise.
Well, you don't see where I'm going with that.
Okay.
There's a lot of free eggs. If you're a guy who likes his breakfast and likes eggs in general, dating a woman who's got some chickens might have some appeal.
Yeah, but see, then you'd have to make the chicken coop.
I don't know. She has to come pre-equipped with the chicken coop.
Ooh.
No hammers, no nails. Not on my property. NIMBY, baby, not in my backyard.
No, that would be the guys make the chicken coop. They set up the fence. There's a lot of work for you guys when you have a farmer's wife.
Yeah,
Or
well, that would indicate
girl.
that I'm a farmer if she's my wife.
Half city girl, half farmer girl.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to cheat on some farmer's wife. I'm not going to cheat with that woman because farmers have big implements to come at me with.
That's true.
Usually shotguns too.
It could be that.
Right.
Especially in Texas.
Yeah. So enough about chicken women. I don't think that's really where we're going with this anyway.
Especially dogs and cats. That's
Dogs
probably
and
most
cats.
common.
I'm going to throw the quiet part out on the table, out loud. You have been on record for years and years and years that you think men who have cats are, well, for lack of a better word, pussies.
Yeah, I am on record for that.
Yeah. Will you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, it has been my experience with the guys that I had dated prior to meeting you. That
I don't have any cats, by the way.
But the profiles that I met and the guys that I have met, the guys who were like totally cat dudes, zero dogs. I mean, they were like anti-dog, totally cats.
Right.
Where, they were just not my thing.
They weren't your thing. I've heard other women say the same thing. Like, dudes who love cats, there's something wrong with those guys.
Yeah, they seem, I don't know, they just seemed different.
Different.
Different. And the ones I had met, some of them were very feminine.
Oh, okay. We have a cat now in this house.
I know.
Was that your thinly veiled attempt to feminize me somehow by making me live with a cat? Or where are you going with this, Emily McKay?
Oh, no, that's to make me more of a cat woman.
So let's talk about cat ladies. I mean, if a woman has one cat, I think that's pretty cool. If she has 6 or 8 cats, that's a red flag.
Well, I am working on cat number 2.
You're not going to get cat number 2, but that's a different podcast for a different occasion. Cat women in general. If a woman is bragging on a first date about how she has 6 or 8 or 10 cats and just can't stop herself from adopting another poor little cat lest it get euthanized, I believe personally most men are going to run away from that. Run away. Yes.
What do you think? You think you should run away? I would think so.
I would run away.
There's a those things are expensive. And the upkeep and trying to keep, the problem is the sanitary part of it. It is hard to keep things clean when you have more animals than you can handle.
Yeah, that's a lot of litter boxes to clean up. And I don't know how, she better be really efficient. Now, if I loved her enough, if she was amazing enough in so many ways that I could look past the 6 cats.
Like you look past my 2 dogs?
Your 2 hairless terriers, yes. All right, we're going to talk about dogs in a second, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. But let's just say my first impression of the male dog, Cosmo, was it rushed up to my foot at record speed and peed on my shoe.
He was just saying he loved you.
Well, that's a strange way to tell me you love me, to coin the whole song. The old song.
He was making you his property. He was marking his territory.
Oh yeah, I think he was a little jealous maybe of you. That's what I think was going on there. Well, I'll tell you what. I think as far as cats go, it's okay if women have cats. It's okay if they say cute little things when they're playing with their cats. That can be kind of sexy. I like watching women play with their cats.
Well, it shows the nurturing side, and men love that.
Yes, right. Because you break out the baby talk thing, but we don't want you to break it out with us, just with your cat. And that's like that's where that's going. But we as men, I kind of can see your point about men with cats kind of being on the feminine side. I know some guys who are pretty macho and pretty masculine who happen to have a cat.
But those cats are masculine.
Yes.
There's some that's like tomboy cats. I mean, like,
right.
They're so dog-like, even though they're a cat.
Well, I can give you a case in point. When I was living in Yuma with a bunch of roommates, probably the most macho alpha guy in the house, ex-Marine guy, had a cat.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a black cat, right? And it was a street fighter. It was it wasn't neutered. Its junk was intact. And he let it out at night, and you could hear it out there going up against other cats, and had like half of its ear torn off. And I mean, that was an acceptable cat for a male humanoid to have.
Yes.
To some degree.
That would be acceptable. That's not the same as, a guy taking the cat and he loves it so much he treats it like a baby and nurtures it and baby talks it and just cuddles it.
Right. That becomes a vehicle for him to express his feminine side, is what that becomes.
And that's what I've encountered.
Yes, I can completely see that. So now we're going to get to the part that we've all wanted to talk about, and that's dogs. Okay. Now, gentlemen, if you have a dog and it is, an acceptable breed that makes you look masculine.
Like throwing frisbees?
Oh, yeah, like a frisbee throwing dog, perhaps a whippet like we have. Mm-hmm. Although I never recommend whippets to the garden variety humanoid out there, because it's kind of like dating an aerobics instructor. No matter how good you are, they're better. Too athletic, too fast, too slick. They can literally jump over the back of the couch, grab your sandwich while you're watching TV, and you won't even know what happened until you look down. I mean, that's how fast they are. Lots of training, lots of attention, lots of running. Men can have a Dalmatian. And put a little red bandana around its neck and take it to the dog park and, let all the women come and go, oh my goodness, how cute. It's like a good peacocking prop.
A good chick magnet.
Yes.
It's a good chick magnet.
Yes. What say you about all that?
I love a guy who has a dog. I think it's very, what's the for the lack of a better word, it's hot. Because you get to see him lead and take care of this animal, and that he knows how to take care of things, how to look after them and protect them, and especially one with a well-trained dog.
Even if it's a toy Chiweenie or a teacup Yorkie?
I didn't think about that. Yeah. That falls under the category of cats.
Right. Well, we don't want that.
No, there's some dogs that are more cat-like than they are dogs.
I'm thinking about the old Batman episodes. There's a cat woman, not a cat boy.
True.
But there is a dog boy cartoon that just came out.
Yes.
See, that's a masculine, feminine thing. Men are dogs, women are cats. That's the oldest analogy in the world. I think that's because whenever we tell a woman to come here, kitty, 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 they kind of just go like this. They just kind of blink their eyes, turn their head slowly, and walk in the other direction. That's what women do. Where dogs will love you no matter what, and they have their tongue hanging out ready for anything. Right?
Right.
So more on dogs and pets as you get into a relationship. Let's say man has the right kind of dog, chick has a cat. Now they want to get into a relationship, but dogs don't get along well with cats. Now what?
That's when you have to decide what your standards and boundaries are.
Oh boy.
Because I know I had my 2 dogs, and they came with the package. And then you had to decide, you're not a dog person, you had to decide whether you were going to take on that kind of package. How much of that trouble can you take? Because Cosmo, he was a little neurotic, I would say.
A little?
Just a little.
If a dog chasing its tail until it falls down is neurotic, I think...
He needed training.
Well, no, he was next level from that. He was pretty crazy. I remember one time he got his leg caught in the leash when he was walking. So even when he wasn't on a leash, he acted like his leg was caught in the leash when he was hobbling around the house.
Yeah.
And the dog didn't have a bad leg. He just trained himself to believe his leg was perpetually caught in a leash.
Well, he kept perpetually stepping on that leash to the point where he just kept that leg up.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like that guy in India who's had his arm raised for 50 years and has never dropped it to the point where his arm withered. I'm surprised that Cosmo still had a right rear leg after all of that.
Well, you took on the package, and then they have passed, and now we got 2 more. But this time...
There's a bad joke in there somewhere that I'll save for another
bigger
time.
And faster and require more training than the rat terriers did.
Yeah. Although, let's say the dad has a... we haven't talked about blended families yet. We'll need to do that too.
That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, but let's say the guy has a German Shepherd and you have a little kitten.
Mm-hmm.
But might not want to move in together just yet. You got to resolve that thing.
The likelihood is one of them's going to have to go.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, German Shepherds and kittens, dogs and cats living together isn't literally a thing.
Or hire a professional modifier. Not a modifier, but a modification dog trainer who will
turn the dog into a cat.
Yeah, something like that. But even then, that's extremely expensive and no guarantees.
It sounds expensive.
I mean, the dog is an entity. It may or may not respond to even the best of training.
What other breeds are good for men to have?
Yes. So we're looking at golden labs. Labs, of course. German Shepherds. Oh my gosh, those are awesome dogs. But
especially if he was like a cop or a Marine and he adopted his service dog.
Yes,
yeah, that'd be pretty hot, wouldn't it? Yeah,
very hot. But those are working dogs, and unless you have 4 or 5 hours a day to volunteer to exercise, play with it, just have it totally in your life, it's going to be rambunctious and so much of a headache for you and the girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah.
That it actually could tear a relationship apart.
Well, yeah, let's say that there's too much attention given to the pets and not enough to your honey. Jealousy. I've seen the dogs get jealous. I would argue your female American Hairless Terrier was jealous for its entire life.
I doubt that.
You doubt that. What do you think was going on there?
I don't know. She loved me. I was her person.
Yeah, I think the attention you were giving to me, she would have rather have had it.
Oh, she got so much attention. In her the last couple of years, she would wake up in the middle of the night a few times needing, different services. She was an elderly dog. And each time I would put her back into bed and I would tuck her in, take the little blanket, and I would hug her, kiss her, say goodnight, hop back into bed. And I would do this several times a night. And I remember one time I tucked her in and said goodnight because I never knew when my last day with her was.
It was like 4 years of palliative care, basically. Canine version.
But, and I hopped into bed. I rolled over. He says, you said, I think you love that dog more than me.
It took me that long to come to the conclusion because, well, frankly, I'm not all that smart, and that's how long it took me to do that. But yeah, the dogs in this house rule the household. We spend a whole lot of time around the dogs and cats in this household.
We do. They're all puppies and kittens right now, and probably another year or two from now, they're going to settle down. But the first few years, whoo, it is something else.
Money, time, effort.
Yes,
emotions,
of time, lots of effort.
Stuff goes undone because the dogs need to be attended to. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you're blending a family, and let's say you have a little daughter, your dad, and you have a little daughter, and she goes, but Daddy, she's a keeper because she's got such cute kittens. She's got like 6 or 8 kittens. Can we just go hang out with her? Can you marry her? Because I like all her kittens. That's going to be a thing, isn't it? The kids are going to start like choosing, who you're dating based on
the animals.
On the animals, yeah.
Worse. That just reminded me of a more serious situation. Let's say you have a toddler or a child that's young, and you start dating a guy or a girl, and they have a more dominant breed, like a pitty, German shepherds. The bigger dogs that require a pit bull.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you said petty, like they have some dog named after Tom Petty. That's a real heartbreaker or something.
A pit bull.
Okay.
The bull terriers, the more stout, strong dogs.
Yep.
That really need a lot of exercise, that need outlets, and without it, they can get, unexpected. Yeah, and so it can be a safety issue with the children. So those are things to consider when you have children and you're blending somebody else in your relationship with your children, their animals with your children.
I was anxious to say. You could see me wanting to say something instead of just relaxing and listening to you.
Yeah.
At that point, we're going to have to decide whether the pitty or the toddler has to go. That could be a tough decision.
Not really.
You could just feed the toddler to the pitty and get it over with. Oh, my
goodness. Oh, it's awful.
Of course it's awful, but it's funny.
It is. But, yeah, that's when the pitty has to go, or the person that you are interested in. You have to think about these before you go into the relationship.
You do, don't you?
Before you fall in love, because you don't want to backpedal and make excuses. We're going to just do extra training. We're going to, dream of all this wonderful stuff we're going to do with the animal, and not realizing that none of that's possible. And both the animals, the children, and the relationship suffers all in one. The reality has to be there first. And learning to know what your limits are before you go out dating, and knowing finding that as a deal breaker, knowing where those limits lie.
Not until you not only get past the first few dates and decide whether the two of you like each other and have something in common, and there's no deal breakers, but you have to actually start spending time in each other's living spaces.
Yeah.
And getting to know these animals and saying, hey, is this all going to come together, or is it going to end in a big mess, a big fracas?
Right. Especially one who takes on lots of animals, and it becomes overwhelming. There's families who have, 8 dogs and other animals, and it becomes very loud, and it can be difficult on some people's nerves.
Well, it's like the family I know where every time I go to their house, she's stroking a duck or a rat or a goose, and the husband just looks long-suffering, like, what, like it's like the old Jewish man. What are you gonna do? Because you're not taking her blessed duck wrapped in a towel that she's coddling away from her. That's really amazing to me. Interestingly enough, I don't know a whole lot of women with a whole lot of animals who are single and have any prospects for anything in the future other than being single. I don't know if they're attracting a whole lot of guys like that.
Well, I think they could. I mean, there's guys out there who feel just as determined to have lots of animals as women are. I believe they're out there. I've met people like that, the men and the women, who love animals, and the more the merrier. And when you find an animal lover who is, the problem with finding someone who's like that, who just can't say no to bringing in more animals, is if you have two people that way, they might go in over their heads and have too many animals. I mean, there is that.
But at least they'll be happy together.
The nice thing is you set limits for me, because
Right.
I would bring in more. Every time I step foot in a pet store or see
Right.
animals on, Facebook or whatever, I'm like, oh, cute. I want a hamster. Oh my gosh, I need fish. I need a fish tank. Or I'm like, oh, that hamster has to come home, or the guinea
Right.
pig has to come home. Or I know what, I think I want rabbits. I would have so many animals, and I would be so overwhelmed, I would burn out. So,
Well, the problem with hamsters is they die soon.
thankfully, you tell me no, because I have limits.
The one place we have boundaries in this relationship is when it comes to her and more pets. Everything else seems to go, but I'm kidding. But boy, especially in pets, because it's a very objective reality. I am about to bring home another cat. Oh, the hell you are. You're not bringing home another cat. She's not going to bring home another cat. Look, we got a male whippet. Look, folks, all right? If you're watching, I'm looking in the camera. If you're listening, just listen for a sec. We have a male whippet who would like to have the cat for dinner. So we have to hide the cat from the male whippet in this house. And no, we do not live in like the Playboy Mansion, okay? We live in a normal house. Mama here said, oh, it'll just take at most 90 days to acclimate.
6 months.
Well, she's, it's a sliding scale. The goalposts are being moved here.
6 months.
It'll take 90 days to get this dog acclimated to the cat so they'll all get along. It has been a year.
No, we got the cat in November.
Oh, it feels like 5 years, but it has been a long time.
They're doing better. We're actually making progress.
Yeah, well, that whippet still wants a piece of that cat.
Well, now they can look at each other and not attack each other. They're actually calming down, both of them.
As long as there's like chicken wire between them, they can do that.
We're making progress. Another year from now, they'll be together.
Not that we actually do have chicken wire. I was being facetious because that would mean we had chickens, and we certainly do not have chickens. That was a boundary I set a long time ago.
That's our next call.
No, I think the homeowners association made that call.
Yeah, but it's been on the law books to be changed in the last probably 6 or 7 times, and keeps getting voted down.
Really, we can have chickens now in the homeowners association.
Not yet. It keeps getting voted down.
For good reason.
From
and
the
rightly
Texas
so.
standpoint, Texas is putting it where the HOA can't determine that, but it has not passed. Someday.
I can hear the roosters in the morning just from the other side of the fence where it's the other county.
Yeah, but you see, here's the argument for chickens.
And that's the other county. That's a long time ago.
Dogs bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark all
Especially
night,
ours.
any hour. Chickens, on the other hand, they cock-a-doo-doo-doo in the morning, and that's it.
Only the chickens only do it when you're in the dead of sleep and need another blessed hour before you wake up.
You learn to ignore it.
I guess you would, kind of like the subway in the city or any sounds at night, like the police cars. You just learn to sleep
It
right
just does
through
it in the morning, then it's done.
Then what good is it? Isn't that the whole point of a rooster, to wake you up in the morning back before there were alarm clocks?
I guess. I don't know.
I guess you train yourself to listen for it instead of to ignore it.
It'd actually be a nice sound to wake up to.
I guess so. If you're the farmer lady,
and he helps you have eggs. Without the rooster, you can't really have the hens laying eggs, as it turns out. I have a friend who has chickens, and I've learned a lot.
at least something's getting laid in that household.
Yeah, I take care of her chickens when she's on vacation. So
yeah, and you love doing that.
Yeah, I get her eggs.
Yes, that's right. We do. We get a lot of free eggs around here, which is really kind of nice.
She's turning me into a chicken lady.
She's turning you into a chicken lady for sure. All right, so I think we've pretty much covered everything so far. Women having dogs. I think guys are up for almost anything if a woman has a dog. Except one time a woman had a Rottweiler and she had it to be her watchdog. She didn't have a man in the house. I nearly died visiting her for the first time. And even after I learned to get along with the Rottweiler had this penchant for sticking its head between your crotch and going like that full force with its head.
Oh my goodness.
But only if you're male.
Oh boy. That would be a deal breaker, I would think.
And it was a very short dating relationship.
That would be the equivalent.
That.
I think that would be the equivalent of dating a woman whose kids are just monsters.
Yeah, but even women's kids don't put their heads between your crotch and like move their neck upwards in a way that will destroy your family planning in the future. Yeah.
That is true. That would be worse.
It's like, lady, look, I can just get a vasectomy if you're worried about us getting pregnant here. I don't have to, you don't have to go to such extremes with the dog.
So what animals would a woman have that would probably be a turnoff for guys?
Guinea pigs.
Why guinea pigs?
7 cats, because guinea pigs are stinky and noisy and useless.
They're not stinky when you clean
Anything stinky and useless. Also, guys, if you have reptiles, you may have fewer girlfriends.
Yeah, but the girlfriends you get would be pretty cool.
That's the upside.
They would be your type of woman.
Probably.
Not yours, but I mean, whoever has the reptile would be their type of woman.
Lizard lady isn't really on my list of priorities.
Yeah, but there would be a guy who would go, "Vavoom, that's awesome."
Yeah, that's my honey. Kind of like the lion tamer chick. It's a lion tamer guy.
Mm-hmm.
What about like exotic animals? Like, what if you meet someone and realize they got like a pet rhinoceros, or they keep antelopes, or a kangaroo, or a chimpanzee? A chimpanzee's a deal breaker. Those things are crazy.
You have to find someone who's passionate like you, like them.
I dated a zookeeper on a first date.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And?
Her being a zookeeper had nothing to do with the fact that there was no second date.
Okay.
But I thought it was really interesting to go date a zookeeper and have her tell me about her job. Lots of excrement.
Oh, yes. It's all about cleaning.
Yeah. You think it sounds really cool. She goes, yeah, as soon as you get to pet the peacocks a few times, you realize what the job really is. It's kind of like being a veterinarian. Veterinarian is a terrible job. And a sad job often. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. But enough about me.
But you know what? That reminds me. Remember Steve Irwin and his wife?
Well, they were perfect for each other, indeed.
Yes. So finding someone who has that same passion that you do with animals, or the lack of animals, comes in really handy. And in some people, think about this, they substitute dogs or animals for children.
They do.
So if you don't want children, dogs are a great supplement to that. So you find someone who has the same passion.
Here's a great question to kind of put the finishing touches on this podcast episode. Because I think if we didn't ask it, people would come at us with, torches and pitchforks.
I wonder if you're thinking the same thing I am.
Yeah, well, you brought it up.
Okay.
Okay, well, go ahead and bring yours up and see if it's the same thing.
I don't think it is then. Clothes and dressing them up and doing all these extra things for our animals that aren't animal-like.
Yeah, if you're a guy and you're doing that, don't expect to date women. Women, fine, go for it. Just don't make me pay the bill.
Oh, boy.
But that's not what I was going to ask.
Okay, ask.
You mentioned people have dogs and cats instead of children.
Yes.
Are dogs and cats suitable training grounds to decide whether you're ready to become a parent or not?
They can be, yes. Because if you have, let's say, dogs, and let's say the girlfriend or the boyfriend, either one, wants nothing to, they don't want to take care of it. It's just too much trouble to go and pick up its poo.
Yes.
Or they forget to feed it, or they're just irresponsible in those ways.
Yeah, you're not ready for parenthood.
Or they're irritated by it. It's like, oh, man, I have to take care of that darn thing again. Those are good signs that, they're going to feel that way about the children. You're going to be taking care of them, not the other person.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty darn good. Like they make children, what do they do? Carry on a balloon, or an orange.
That's not real life, though.
And take care of it like a baby.
Yeah, but
that's not real life. An animal is real thing. Yes. Yeah.
Because there's consequences to it.
That's right. If you can't take care of cats, you probably can't take care of dogs. Yeah. And if you can't take care of dogs, you're probably not ready to adequately parent a human being.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And maybe that's why guys are so attractive who do great work with dogs. Because we can see them as doing great work with children.
Well, also guys who are single parents. If they have custody of their kids and the moms can see them interacting with the children, it's kind of sexy to women, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fatherhood is sexy to women.
Yeah, and that kind of alludes to how he's going to treat us.
It does. Yeah.
Because the animals can't speak for themselves. They can't say, hey, I need water, or I hurt here, or I'm not feeling good, or I'm down, or I'm feeling happy and exuberant. I need you to play with me. Give me some attention.
Right. Kind of like a 1-year-old baby.
Right. And so when the guy is intuitive and he's listening to his dog, and we always complain about guys not listening. But when guys are listening to their animals and they're like, okay, my dog needs some playtime, or my dog's not feeling well, I think I need to take it to the vet. I have this strong gut instinct. When the guy.
Same difference.
When the guy has the need to love and take care and nurture in a manly way, it the animals, then we know he can lead and take care of us also. It kind of gives us a glimpse of what life would be like with him.
It's primal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's a good word. And then when women take care of their kitty cat, or, they're doing nice things
or hamsters.
And acting all feminine and doing things that, show that she provides hospitality and fun and play and nurturing.
Does that count when we dress them up?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. As a matter of fact, pleading the fifth probably isn't the best way to put it. I really don't know what to say to that. I don't think I feel any sort of way towards you dressing the dogs up other than, you do what women do.
Yeah.
In other words, you're going to go shoe shopping, you're going to watch Hallmark Channel at Christmas time, and you're going to dress your dogs up in clothes.
Yeah.
That's
cute.
Neither here nor there from a sexual attraction perspective. But I do like what you said about women showing their femininity as they take care of their pets, and indeed children, if they're a single mom, and men showing their masculinity as they provide and protect and take care of the pets and take care of the children. And indeed, when I had full custody of my little daughter, as you well know, it made women feel safe and comfortable immediately because no judge is going to give full custody of a daughter to a male axe murderer. So I'm probably pretty safe.
Right.
Yeah. I think it all comes full circle.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right about that. And I would also consider that when you pick an animal, if you're a woman, make sure it's an animal that would get along with most people who you pick. And a lot of times we think that animals have an intuition of a good guy versus a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
The reality, they're only reading whether the guy is scared of them or not. It doesn't tell us if the guy's a good guy or a bad guy. You
and
can
that's
have
true.
a bad guy who just knows how to be calm and chill and relax, and the dog will not pick up on it.
Yeah, that's the nature of, that's a big component of dog training.
Yes.
Is your emotional state will be reflected by the dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah. So guys, whenever you meet a dog, be happy-go-lucky. Don't go, oh my God, it's a Rottweiler. It's going to wreck my ability to be fertile in the future. Don't think like that, and you'll be good.
Yeah, otherwise a Rottweiler's not going to like you.
Oof. Well, I think that about does it for this show. It's been a good show. It went in directions I didn't see coming.
It's been fun.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this feed on the Mountaintop Podcast, go to mountaintoppodcast.com. Check out all the free goodies, gentlemen, that we have for you. You can sign up to talk to me for free for 25 minutes about what's on your mind. We can put a plan together to help you get the woman of your dreams into your life, like I did. It'll be the dogs and all. Maybe even not with guinea pigs, but maybe even if she has cats. And if you're listening to this on the X and Y on the Fly feed, which you will be listening to rather than watching, if you want to see the video version, you indeed have to go to YouTube and check out the Mountaintop Podcast. But if you're listening to this on the X and Y on the Fly feed, go to scottandemily.com/podcast, where you can also get on our schedule to talk to either you or me for 25 minutes.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Download the free book. And either way, we'd love to hear your feedback on the podcast and suggest some topics. Let's have some fun.
And tell him to get me another cat.
Oh, he's not going to listen.
We did used to have a guinea pig.
We had two, and they're gone.
Well, one of them, she passed away.
Well, the other one was sent for good reason. That poor guinea pig.
We only had her a couple of days. That doesn't count.
Well, I think we have. I think we're remembering this differently. But again, enough about me. Until we talk to you again real soon on the next episode. This is Scott McKay.
And this is Emily McKay.
Be good out there.
And have fun.
The Mountaintop Podcast is produced by X and Y Communications. All rights reserved worldwide. Be sure to visit www.mountaintoppodcast.com for show notes. And while you're there, sign up for the free X and Y Communications newsletter for men. This is Ed Roy Odom speaking for the Mountaintop Podcast.